What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Titan 6.3 kilo SDS breaker and drill. I picked it up from Screwfix for $84.99. You get a few accessories with it, or you can spend $89.99 and you get a 22-piece accessory kit with it. So that's probably the better deal, but they didn't have that in stock when I needed it and it was a rush job, so I went with that one. So a little bit about it. It's a 6.3 kilo, as I've mentioned. It has drill, hammer and hammer drill functions. It's variable speed. It is a brushed motor, but you know, for the money, that's what you'd expect. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for it, and if I can figure it out, I'll leave a QR code somewhere up here for it. So if you're on your TV, you can scan that with your phone. Because it's Screwfix, I don't make any money off it for the links or anything. It's an Onyx review. I do have Amazon affiliate, so I'll leave some links to some drill bits, etc. that are compatible with this drill. And guys, so this is what you get in the kit. You get it in a hard shell case. This is the smaller accessory kit version for £85. For an extra £5 you can get a 22-piece kit version, so I would recommend that one. So what do you get? So you get the drill itself, obviously. This is one of your function knobs, so that is set to drill and hammer. If you want to just say chisel, you set it to that. And then this dial here is whether you have it on hammer drill or just normal drill. So set like that is on normal drill, set like that is on hammer drill, set like that is just chisel, no rotation, set like that is your rotation and your hammer. So this here is an anti-vibration joint. So you get a handle here, you get a chuck. So this is a SDS fitting chuck which fits in there, and then that allows you to adapt to just a normal drill bit. You'll see later on when I'm drilling into a wall, I have to use that because my long drill bit to get through the wall is an SDS. So as far as accessories go, get it in here. So we get a chisel point, we get a flat chisel, which I'll show you using to demolish some brickwork. We get a chuck key for your chuck, and then we get an assortment of drill bits. So get a depth gauge as well, which you'll see me using in a bit. It fits through like that, can tighten it up, and that allows you to set your depth. So that's what you get in the accessory kit, which, yeah, it's a decent enough kit to start with. So it does say about lubrication of the tool. It says to check every 5 hours of use, open the grease box lid, then top it with grease. So where that is this here. This is your grease box. So every 5 hours, I haven't used it for 5 hours since I last did it, so I won't bother opening it up now. Open that up and put some grease in there. See if I can get a link for you. It says general purpose lithium based grease. As far as capacity goes, on the Screwfix website it states 32 millimeters for drilling into masonry. That's the diameter of the hole. Now, I know from experience you can do at least 66mm through brickwork, because I've done it. I had a weight pipe break in the kitchen, so it was going underneath the house, so I needed to drill a hole for the wall for a new one. And obviously weight pipe, you know, it's fairly thick, so I used a 66mm drill bit to do that. And that's why I brought this tool, actually. That's just a little going over of the kit. Let's see what this can do. There we go, a brick. Right, that one. Seem to, some of them I can get out whole, some of them break. It's just think luck of the draw, really. But let's carry on. Got another one out. You can see that water there, just eating away at the mortar. Another one. So it is tearing down this wall quite easily, to be fair. The vibration is pretty good as well. I mean, you've still got vibration with it, but it's not excessive.
So as I used the tool a bit more, I got a better technique for removing the bricks. In the 10 minutes this took, I managed to remove about 20 bricks, so about 2 bricks a minute. I was also trying to tidy the bricks as I went, removing any mortar. They may need cleaning up a bit later, but I can reuse most of them. I found if I went between the layers of mortar, I could remove the bricks a lot easier, and they were less likely to break. If you have any walls you need to take down, this will work well for it instead of a sledgehammer, especially if you want to save the bricks. I did use it a few months ago to break some concrete, and it worked well for that as well. If you watch my channel, You know, I'm a big fan of Titan tools, and this is no different. For the money, it is a great buy.
Alright guys, so as you could see from that time lapse, I've managed to take down one course of double brick, and it took me about 10 minutes in real time. No, slightly longer maybe. Once I got my technique down, I seem to fly through it pretty quick. So it works really well for doing that sort of thing. So, right guys, so I'm going to drill through this concrete slab here. It's quite a thick slab, solid concrete, a lot of aggregate in it. I thought this would be a good test to see. You can see there, I am using a 14mm bit that came with it. So we'll just see how it drills through, and then start it on a slow speed. Yeah, see what we can do. Let's turn it up a bit. That was only on 2. That was 3. This is 4. Now, let's see what just happened there. Yeah, be a bit careful. It's got a bit of kickback there. It does have a clutch on, so it shouldn't snap your wrist, but that's always a risk you need to be careful of. So right, so as you saw there, that went through pretty easy, to be fair. The slab's deeper than that, but the drill bit's only so long. So that's 10 centimetres. I drilled down 10 centimetres. No time at all in a solid concrete slab. Right guys, so I need to drill a hole through that wall there for a cable. I need a big long drill bit, but unfortunately it's not an SDS drill bit. But included with the drill is a chuck, an SDS chuck. So you put that in and that'll adapt it to a normal drill bit. Right, so I'm going to start it off slow. And so if you look at this here, so that's your drill selector, like that. If you do to there, it would just be hammer only. So you want it on that, and then this switch here is either hammer and drill or drill only. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably just start it off just drill only and switch to hammer. So let's see how this goes. We'll start off slow. Right, so I've decided to switch it to hammer. I'm going to turn it up to try it on 4.
Five minutes later.
And there we go, we're all the way through. So as you can see, that's drilled. We drilled through 25 centimetres of solid brick. This isn't cavity wall, this is solid brick, this house. You can see, went through like that. And there we go, that's it. As you could see there, because I didn't have the chuck on, it seemed to do quite a bit better. I know with the other one, obviously, I was drilling a bigger hole and through a whole wall. But yeah, I mean, it's just brilliant. Really good tool. Right, everyone, thanks for watching my review of the Titan 6.3 kilo breaker and drill. I hope you found it useful. In conclusion, I think it's a great buy for the money. You know, if you're doing DIY use with it, maybe some light trade stuff, I think you do really well with it. A DIY semi-professional tool, but for the money, you can't beat it. A Hilti battery powered one, you're looking £800, something like that. This £85, you know, 10% of the price. So all in all, it's a really good tool. So as I said before, links in the description. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.